Well, good evening again, everyone, and welcome once again to Memorial Stadium. Derek Work, the Big D, and Go Blue. And not just Michigan tomorrow, baby, but the Huskies out here tonight. Visiting them tonight, the Mac Red powerhouse, Chippewa Valley. Usually when you see Chippewa Valley, you strike a lot of fear in a lot of teams. Not just Mac Blue, certainly Mac White. They are usually the class of the Mac, period. Tonight, though, I believe this Chippewa Valley team could just be ripe for the picking for the Port Huron Northern Huskies. I think a big key for the Huskies right now, don't be passive. Just go right after them. Don't just stand back because this is Chippewa Valley. Attack Chippewa Valley. Make it your game. Don't make them dictate just because they're a Mac Red powerhouse. You go right after them. That's why you're 2-1. Okay, now next, of course, you got to get on the scoreboard first. That's the way I see it. Macaulay Hill, also Tyler Smith, they've attacked often. They've attacked right away. I think they've got to do that again. They maybe have a quick fly pattern, quick bomb, something. Get on the scoreboard quickly and let the crowd, the big crowd of Port Huron Northern, of course, and Memorial Stadium do their thing. Once they're loud, it's a different story. You can take Chippewa Valley out of this game if you do that. But again, the biggest single thing about this game tonight, this is a Mac Red school coming in. Forget that, despite the fact that I just mentioned it, of course. Forget that it's Chippewa Valley. Forget it's a Mac Red team. Go out and play your game. That's aggressive, hard-hitting defense, and they'll get the win. I think this Chippewa Valley team can be beaten. It's up to the Huskies. Can they do it? We'll find out next. Again, Derek Work, the Big D, CPHS Channel 6 from Memorial Stadium, and we have the game for you next. Professional wrestler Ric Flair once said, in order to be the man, you've got to beat the man. In terms of what being the man is, the Red Division is the top one in the MAC. Tonight's opponent for the Huskies is the Chippewa Valley Big Reds. For years, they've been among the MAC Reds elite teams. Thus, in order to be on top, you've got to beat a team from the top division. You've got to beat the best. You've got to beat Chippewa Valley. You've got to beat the man. Tonight we find out if Port Huron Northern really can. Hello again, everyone. Derek Work, the Big D, again, CPHS Channel 6. A beautiful night, bright, sunny night here from Memorial Stadium. Well, it's that time again. The one time in every football season, of course, this being the 2010 season, the fourth game, well, that we see a Mac Red opponent. Now, keep in mind, the Big Reds, a tough game tonight as well. They're in Utica Eisenhower tonight. Well, in here, of course, Chippewa Valley, no big secret. They're only 1-2, though, at this point. Only 1-1 coming in as far as the Mac Red goes and the talent they play. Always very strong. Macomb, Dakota, I think, one of their big losses on the year, and that's normal. Macomb, Dakota is always a powerhouse. But certainly you got to think going into this game, as it's the fourth straight game in a row here from Memorial Stadium, the schedule gods may just be smiling upon the Port Huron Northern Huskies, because not only do they have the first four at home, one of them against Mac Red, but when you consider the Mac Red, Chippewa Valley might be rated lower than normal, so they might be ripe for the picking, whereas the Big Reds, again, they're in Utica Eisenhower, a very difficult game tonight. So this the last of the four before Northern goes on the road next week and before the Port Huron High Big Reds come into town for their second game at Memorial Stadium in the 2010 season. Again, this is CPHS, Channel 6, the Port Huron Area School District television station, and Big D in the booth again with you for week 4, where we're just about to get underway here. And again, a very hot evening as far as football weather goes. I overdressed. I thought it was going to be a little cool. Forecast calling for cool. Once that sun goes down, it probably will get there. Right now in the booth, though, I'm kind of hot. I'm sweating up here. I got the sweatshirt going, but again, very important that the Huskies dictate this game early and often and keep Chippewa Valley guessing at all times, but mainly pop them. Do what you do. Wallop them on defense. This is a defense that'll get you. They'll come after you. They'll smash you. They have got to do that tonight to Chippewa Valley and send an early message. I like their chances of going to 3-1 if they do just that, because the offense is starting to roll. I said it would take some time. They're maybe taking less time than I thought, and that can only spell trouble for the opposition. Here we go. Let's get nasty. Port Huron. Here's the kickoff, taken at the 5, now to the 10-15, and outside of the 20, pushed out of bounds, 21. Look out for the late hit over there. 48, the return for the Huskies, Lewis Nowakowski, and out comes the Husky offense. Of course, the Port Huron Northern Huskies are Huskies, currently 2-1 overall, 1-1 in the MAC Blue. The offensive unit, a run and gun, led by quarterback number 2, Alex Johns Moore. He's a running quarterback first and foremost, but he's not afraid to air it out either. It's an offense that will indeed do both, whatever you're giving them. Number 12 is big target Macaulay Hill, as well Tyler Smith, 89. I said they've got to attack early with these two. Look for that. Maybe a fly pattern deep. They're threats to the outside, particularly Johns Moore's favorite target the first couple of weeks, Macaulay Hill. First and 10 from shotgun, ball mark 20, 11:55 to go in the first. We're just underway here. Back to pass is Johns Moore, going to keep it instead. Runs into a blocker, but instead goes to the other side of the field. Hit, bumped, still on his feet to the 15, now to the 20. They run on an angle to try and get over there. Cuts up field, eventually gets to the 24-yard line before 9 among tacklers. Connor Hunter for Chippewa Valley. So a lot happened on that play for only about 3 or 4 yards, but still a good effort by Johns Moore on play 1 of the opening drive. Running backs in the offensive unit, Darian Hack, number 30, they call him the Debo, and number 20, Kenny Sanders as well. Sanders, big, physical, he can get short yardage on third down, and they might need that tonight more than a few times. Debo, a smaller version of Sanders, but he's faster than Sanders, so we'll see what happens. Debo's actually out there right now. 4 wide look, 3 of them on the near, 1 on the far side. Brings up second down and 7, ball at the 23. On the second play of drive number 1, Debo the outside, met hard, brought down after a gain of maybe 1 to the outside. That's going to bring up third down, about 6. Usually Chippewa Valley is a really large team. They're still big. They're just not as big as the past. Now, I say that, but when I say big for the MAC Red, I usually talk about an offensive line like Grosse Pointe South, where you got 6'5", 6'4", 6'6". They've had that in the past. Not quite this season, but close to it again. They're always a big team, this Chippewa Valley squad. Johns Moore to pass to the outside. Macaulay Hill dropped. And the Huskies going to have to punt early. Well, again, you got to get the jitters out, and you have to do it quickly against such a good team like Chippewa Valley. But the fact that they're 1-2 and they were rated last in the MAC Red when this season started, you feel like you at least have a chance to win the football game. Now, you don't go into any football game, obviously, thinking that you're going to lose any game, but it's a measuring stick game, these MAC Red contests, and we'll see if Northern's up to the challenge. Here's the punt, Macaulay Hill on it. Very, very high punt. Doesn't go that far. Gets a good Husky bounce, and that might go far yet to the 40. Keeps on rolling to the 39 and 38 of Chippewa Valley. So that turned out to be a very good punt, and Macaulay Hill got more out of that one than the Huskies could certainly ask for. So out now comes the Chippewa Valley Big Reds, 1-2 overall. Officially the Clinton Township Chippewa Valley Big Reds. 1-1 in the MAC Red, their division. They're rated at the very bottom of the MAC Red when this season began. Last season, Chippewa Valley 5-5 overall, but 2-3 in the MAC Red. Their strength said to be at the skill positions. Their offense is led primarily by running back number 28, Cameron Wilson. We'll see. Here's the pitch out. Met right away by Jalen Hayes and pushed back right away by Jalen Hayes. 99, don't call me Wayne Gretzky, but he plays big. That's what they need. Early and often, this defense has got to come after him and attack. And they can do it, believe me. Jalen Hayes has been a beast all season. I know it's only week 4, but certainly you got to like that 99 out there. Loss of 3, second and 13. The man I just talked about, Cameron Wilson, is checked in now. Send the man in motion. That's a play fake. Off the pitch back. This one over the middle. He's wide open over the middle. Caught and down at the 34. A missed assignment. Just basically brought Demi Brigham right out of the backfield, and he just kept on rolling, and he's wide open, and there was no secondary defense there by the Huskies at all. First down, Chippewa Valley. Here's your replay here, and they just wait for the play to develop. They see he's wide open, and they gun it immediately, and look, they're saying, where's the coverage? Where's the man? From the 35 now, 1st and 10. Big play there, early going Chippewa Valley. Immediate give, brought down hard. 22 the carry for Valley, Brad Hughes. Met hard, pushed back. 56 Chad Patterson among tacklers. Tyler Corrigan also. Number 3, wideout Paul Miller, another guy to watch. Number 5, Frank Fahey, and Joe Bastoni, number 1. There you see him top of the screen. All names that very dangerous in this offensive unit for Chippewa Valley. Their head coach, Scott Merchant, he's in his 2nd season. Listed as a small team as far as they're concerned, but quick and smart. I formation, play fake. Almost got by Kenny Sanders, but it's not often that you do get by Kenny Sanders. Not quite the sack. Number 3, Paul Miller, actually lining up at quarterback. And he's down by Kenny. Brings up 3rd down and 5 now from the 30 at 8:10 to go in the first. Still no score. Northern 3 and out if you're wondering and have just joined us. Chippewa Valley, their first drive of this game. This big contest where I think Port Huron Northern can really make a statement if they somehow pull this upset off. And really, they don't have anything to lose as far as I'm concerned. It's the MAC Red teams that come in here that have everything to lose, because you don't want to lose to MAC Blue at any point. That's the way they look at it. Northern's got nothing to lose, but really a statement game, and it really will fire you up if you do beat MAC Red. I remember a couple years ago, I think it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago now, Utica Eisenhower came in here, and the Friday night there was a big storm. Saturday night, a storm of a different kind. Check that Saturday afternoon that week, as Utica Eisenhower fell in a huge upset, probably the biggest here ever, to our Big Reds. So again, they proved it right there that season. This certainly can be done. Upsets can happen. It can be pulled. But it's up to the Huskies to, again, dictate as we... Well, speaking of Huskies, there's one right there. That's a friendly Husky, though. He's not exactly gonna claw his owner there. Maybe he's been declawed. Hopefully the defense hasn't tonight. Hello, camera 6. Camera people, always in full force. Well, this is a big play coming up here right now. 3rd and 5 from the 30. Husky defense, they've been great all year so far. They get the call again here. Shotgun T look. That's movement on the right side, and that's going to definitely help the Huskies and push back Chippewa Valley. That's the right tackle all the way who moved on that one. Well, the defensive unit for Northern, Brett Vandrew, the defensive coordinator, claims the Huskies aren't a big defense, but they sure are an aggressive one, and I concur with him. Primarily a 3-4 setup that does become a 5-2 when Kenny Sanders moves up to play the end position, which he will do on occasion. 56 Patterson, 6 Reno up front, Nate Bricker 22, and 55 Trent Beebe as well on the line. 3rd down and 11, airing this one out deep. Nate McFedrin under the football, almost picked off. In good position, he was in front of the wideout, and that is a big size mismatch, I might add. 3 Mitchell McFedrin there is 6'2", 175. They're throwing down there to a 5'8", 165 player, and Paul Miller, so... With McFedrin in front of him like that, there's only really one option for the quarterback. You've got to air it out, and you've got to go corner end zone, or that route is basically useless against a guy that tall. Again, McFedrin is 6'2", 175. 4th down, looks like Chippewa Valley is going to go for it here. So again, from the shotgun tee with a 3-wide look. 4th and 11 from the 36. To pass again is Miller to the outside, caught. Bastoni jumps upfield and he's got the 1st down. That one hurts. Well, he's 6'3", 180, and he lined up the side opposite Mitch McFedrin. We'll be watching that all day long to see if Northern says, okay, your biggest wideout matched up against our biggest corner. There you see, wide open. They laid off him a little too far that time, and he's a big body and easily got the first down. That's tough on 4th and 11, boy. From the 21, we have 1st and 10 now. Miller, I formation look, Chippewa Valley. Northern fans trying to stay with it. Up, down quickly. Debo among tacklers. 24 as well was over there for the Huskies. Austin Pickering. Again, Pickering, 24. Corrigan, 17 as well. Actually, check that. I think he's, yes, he is, 13 for the Huskies. 2 excellent senior linebackers. As mentioned, Sanders, number 20, another one. Potter, 21. Hack, Darian Hack, number 30. Ben Haynes, 28, and Mitch McFedrin, 3, make up the rest of the Husky D, and in their case, secondary. 2nd and 6 from the 17. Immediate give, up and down. Brings up 3rd down. Still battling for yards. Might have got another one. A little bit of pushing and shoving down there as well. 22 on the carry, Brad Hughes, and that brings up another 3rd down. So when you have power running like this, that basically tells your opposition that you believe that you're going to get 3rd and 4th down complete. And so far, they've done just that. We'll see if they adjust to that Bastoni, though, as the day goes along here. I formation look again. Big play here again, too. 3rd and 3, ball marked at the 14. And that's a play fake this time, brought down this time, and there's no way he got 4. But we'll see on 4th if they go for it yet again or decide with the field goal. Pretty convincing 4th down play on the last one. And here we go again. It's going to be closer, though, this time. Looks like about 4th and 1. Well, we'll see if they power it again, do a play fake or something along those lines, but an absolute tremendously huge play right now. There's the killer Kovac down there in the van. Or he's outside of the van, or at least half of his body is. Right, Killer? Right. 4th and 2, they say, from the 13. Can the Huskies stop them? Immediate give, and it's close. And it looks to me like he's going to have it. Initially, they looked like they had him wrapped up, and they do have the 1st down. They had him by the feet. But they're saying by shoulder width, he's got the 1st down. They had it played well. It's just a big power game, and these Mac Red schools will do that to you. They'll power their way down the field. But that was the start I talked about. The start tonight, so very, very important. And with Northern going 3 and out, that really kind of, I'm not going to say it destroys the momentum, but it certainly takes away from it. They had to have a drive on that first one, and they just didn't get it. They send the man in motion now. One back set, and I think we have a timeout. We do. Chippewa Valley on the field. And I think that's already their 2nd timeout. So they've used 2 in a matter of 7.5 minutes here. On that note, 4:34 left, 1st quarter clock. Derek Warwick, the Big D, CPHS, Channel 6. No score between Chippewa Valley and Port Huron Northern Huskies so far in the 1st. But Chippewa Valley knocking on the Husky door. Right, Bloodhound? They always seem to get the back of Bloodhound's head, and I don't know why. That's a head and shoulders man right there. Yeah. He rarely takes his head out of that viewfinder there, too. But he enjoys his roll up there, the slow-mo cam man up there, if you will, on the roof above me. Apparently this Clinton Township Chippewa Valley team, they lost 40 players to graduation. They only returned 4 starters on offense and 5 on defense. So there you go. Same play look right now. 1st and goal from the 10. Miller, pitch back. Demi Brigham. Down immediately. Debo Darian Hack. Well, there's flags on the field, so we'll wait and see. Huskies indicating it's against Chippewa Valley. So some penalties in the early going, not helping Chippewa Valley's cause. That's going to set them back. And it's a holding against them. But again, this defensive unit from an 11-man standpoint, every one of them will step up and make individual plays. And that's nice to see, and I believe that's Pat Connell's aggressive influence. Last week, he had a 47-6 lead. A couple minutes left, he argued a call. That shows you the mentality that this guy brings to this Husky team. He wants them to play hard every single play, and I love it. It's a new mentality, and it's working so far. First and goal from the 20 now. Shotgun look again. The fake. They get there. An option pitch, and a great first move by Brigham. The outside met hard and brought down after McFedrin, and 21 over there to get him as well. Hunter Potter certainly got more out of that than he could ask for. Number 4, great move, Demi Brigham. That's a dangerous play. It's not your typical option where the back is running right behind the quarterback. He more or less waited there on more of a side pitch. That's why that play is kind of dangerous. Here you see it again, fake one way. There you see bottom of the screen. He's just standing there. He's not running with the QB, but that's a fake first, of course, to the other back. And there you see the Huskies downed him. Shotgun T again, 2nd and 13. Slips, tackle, and gets a couple, and that'll bring up 3rd down again. Got through Corrigan's hands, but then he went back and made sure. Jalen Hayes the last to get up from that pile, number 99. So time of possession certainly has been dominated at this point by Chippewa Valley. I mean, they've been up and down this field on their first drive of the game, basically. The Huskies were 3 and out, but the Husky D, as they've done so far all year, they're holding when they have to. Can it continue? We'll see. 3rd down and goal from the 8 with under 3 to play. Back to pass again is Paul Miller. Gets the pressure. End zone and incomplete. I'm not so sure that Mitch McFedrin there couldn't argue a push-off call by Frank Fahey. That's a good job by McFedrin to hold his ground. And because he's 6'2", that's not a very easy pass for quarterback number 3, Paul Miller, to even throw in the first place. That's a corner, more of a post or an out route in the corner. And that's tough to do over a guy who's 6'2", because you're also playing the out of bounds. Here's a field goal try. Ball marked the 17, I believe. That's a 27-yard field goal. Number 30 to attempt it, Keegan Haggerty. And from 27, it's up, and it's good. But for the Huskies, a bit of a victory, because the way Chippewa Valley was running this ball, and particularly how they brought it down the field and overcame their penalties, and did this primarily on 3rd down and 4th down. Huskies have to be proud they just kept them to 3, but this offense has got to get going. They can't do what they did in the Grosse Pointe South game and expect to win this football game. Although it's a great defensive unit, you can't allow them to be out there all day long. You've got to move the football. You've got to control the clock, or at least get more time ticked off that clock with you having the football. Well, we'll see if they do. Again, another tough one tonight. That's Erin Moak down there, isn't it? I don't even really know where she is down there running the camera. Is that to my left or to my right? I'm not even sure. A couple of the camera ladies down there running things from on the field tonight, so certainly nice to see. Good commitment from these Channel 6 employees. And there's a whole whack of them down there, too. Not just the Green Hornet Ed Cynic down there, the big fella in the truck, E.J. Shea. Lots of employees down there tonight. Great to see, too. On a very nice night for football. Once that sun goes down, it'll truly be football weather. Here goes the kickoff, back to the Huskies again. Let's get nasty, a Port Huron. Nowakowski from his 2 to the 5 to the 10. Up 15, around blocker to the 20, down to the 20. 19 for Valley, Cedric Williams among tacklers. So we'll see if the Huskies can now move the football and get any kind of offense going. They had trouble against Grosse Pointe South, but that Grosse Pointe South team, to me, is more like a MAC red based on the talent they had and the size that they had. Even though they're a MAC blue, believe me, they are at least white talent. That's for certain. And they only really beat the Huskies on a last-second field goal that night. So, anyway, shotgun. Johns Moore to pass again, airing it out deep. Macaulay Hill's got a man beat, but it overthrown at the 57. Pretty decent pass coverage. Carey Roberts. That right there, folks, is what I said had to happen early. A play like that to keep the crowd into it, to get them going, to get them pumped up here. This is not your typical high school stadium when you have the crowd going on your side. A definite momentum swinger, and I'm not on that side of the Huskies. I'm, of course, on the Port Huron High side. When they are here, when their fans are here, it can get deafening. So I can just imagine what it's like on the other side. Very important to keep them involved. From the 21 now, 2nd and 10. Play fake. Johns Moore is met hard, rocked, and he might have fumbled the football. I think he did. No official word yet. They've got it. Yep. That is not Johns Moore's fault. That is just great defense coming up and making the play, and a great call against what offensively you call. And the momentum right now is all Chippewa Valley, simply because this Northern offense is struggling again. MAC Red teams are bigger up front. It's no big secret, year after year. And the Huskies, as an entire team, they're undersized. It's no big secret. Aggressive play is going to win. From the 19, 1st and 10, back to pass again. Paul Miller off pump fake. He tries to air it out again. Picking on McFedrin again. But he got this one. Mitch McFedrin. Yes, sir. The one thing about throwing this pass, though, and might I add, I cannot believe they're trying to pick on a guy who's 6'2". That's baffling to me. They've thrown over there about 4 times now, and every time it hasn't worked. They want to go to this number 5, Frank Fahey, but it's not easy, again, when you're playing against both the sidelines and a guy who's 6'2". I would think they'll try the other way. And why wouldn't they with this Joe Bastone, the way he started out? From the 1, 1st and 10. Immediate carry, and the give got to about the 4. Kenny Sanders. He's like a battering ram in there. And he's just the right guy to have making these carries right now, because they'll be hard fought, and he can take a licking. So I said they may need Kenny Sanders on 3rd and short situations in this game. There's the Husky mascot. I thought it was actual Huskies that were the mascot. Guess not. Half Husky, half man down there even. Look out. 2nd down and 6 from the 5. Johns Moore again. Back to pass again. Airing it out this time. Overthrows Tyler Smith, who gets decked. He's looking back, but you know what? Because the play is still going, when he makes that hit, it's fine. So brings up 3rd down and 6. I'm actually shocked they didn't just hand the ball to Kenny Sanders again, if for no other reason, to get room for the punt that they might have to do on 4th down. One thing about that interception, though, if you're going to throw one, that's where you want to do it, because where McFedrin caught that ball, he fell out of bounds at the 1 instead of a touchback. That's as good as a glorified punt to the 1. High snap, got it with one arm. Pass out in the flat, trips and falls. Quinn Kotsko up to the 7. Not enough, they'll have to punt. Kotsko, of course, a big 80-yard kickoff return last week. Really brought the house down. Sent the Lancers packing in that 47-6 game. I'll talk about that game and some of the stats in it in just a moment here, but first of all, Macaulay Hill punting from the middle of his own end zone, and Chippewa Valley is going to get good field position again, but that's not really the offensive fault a minute ago. They just had bad field position. This one taken 39-yard line, gets a huge block, cuts upfield, and a flag on the play. Tackle made by Tyler Corrigan, who's slow to get up. 5, Frank Fahey. That's an absolute mammoth block, by the way. It might be hands to the face against Chippewa Valley, though. It was just too vicious a block. All he really has to do in that situation is stand there in front of him. And I think he decked him in the head. And I think it's a personal foul. Here it is again. Watch this block. He's actually waiting for him. And Frank Fahey, as a kick returner, sees that. He knows that. And right here, hands to the face, absolutely. Yeah, unnecessary. You don't have to do that. You can block him in the chest. So that certainly helps the Huskies big time, because there was great field position. Still is good field position here from the 44, 1st and 10. The give, straight up, popped and brought down Darian Hack. Patterson and Kenny Sanders among tacklers. 28 the carry, Cameron Wilson. There was some big-time hits on that exchange, I'll tell you that. And I'm just glad that the Huskies have not come into this game looking intimidating. Defensively, they're doing everything they can. Right, Ox? Yeah. Some people like running of the Bulls. We at Channel 6 have the running of the Ox. From the 44, 2nd and 10. This will be the final play of the first quarter. They get to him pretty quickly. Jalen Hayes forces a fumble. Huskies jump on it. I think they have it. Yes, they do. What a tremendous play by 99 Jalen Hayes. That's what I'm talking about, Northern. You come and you get them. You be aggressive all night long. You don't sit back because this is Valley. You attack them because it's Chippewa Valley. Tyler Corrigan jumped on the loose ball after Jalen Hayes. Here you see him. Strips the ball before he gets the hands on him. And then it's just finders keepers by Tyler Corrigan. That's the end of the first quarter. From Memorial Stadium, and what a play it was to end the first. New Life Huskies after one complete. Chippewa Valley 3, your Port Huron Northern Huskies, nothing. Back with the second quarter in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2010 Port Huron Northern Varsity cheerleading. Rena Bergman, a senior. Christy Duty, a junior. Lauren Hart, captain, a senior. Jocelyn Moore, sophomore. Rosetta Novani, a sophomore. Marissa Nichols, a freshman. Ashley Provo.
Well, welcome back to Memorial Stadium for second quarter action. Derek Work, the Big D, CPHS Channel 6, the Port Huron Area School District television station. Well, the first quarter complete, 3-0 Chippewa Valley, but if you're the Huskies, this is not too bad. You got the turnover you needed. Now you've got good field position to work with. It's an offensive unit that has not really moved the ball at all since this game started, but they're being aggressive, and I like it. And again, you have to hang around with this team. 3-0 after one quarter is fine as long as you get the offense going, and they're going to try and do just that right now. From the 43, 1st and 10, first play, second quarter, Johns Moore from shotgun. 4 wide look, it's even, 2 on either side. And it looks like Johns Moore might be audibling here. Hack to the other side of him. Shotgun look. Johns Moore to the outside, got plenty of time on the rollout, airing it out deep. Jumps up, Macaulay Hill caught it at the 10. Well, he's got big time ability. And when a player can catch the ball like that, and he's got good hands like that, sometimes you throw to him despite coverage. And believe me, they had the men over there. Plays designed for Hack to basically be the last line of defense. for Johns More. And look at this. That's just going up and flat out getting it.
First down, Husky.
First and goal from the 10. Huge early play. Jalen Hayes caused the fumble. Corrigan jumped on it. And then a big long pass to Macaulay Hill. Johns More to pass again, to the outside again. Not much pass rush again. Tries to cut it, can't do it. Dives forward, might have gotten to the 10 as he's out of bounds. 31 among tacklers, Tedell Lewis. Well, of course, last week, the Huskies, they beat the Lance Cruz Lancers 47-6 here at Memorial Stadium. Johns More, an unreal 5 touchdown passes in the game. Macaulay Hill, of course, hauled in 3 of them. 9, 53, and a 45-yard touchdown reception. Tyler Smith as well. He had 2 in that game. For the Huskies last week, though, it was the biggest margin of victory, apparently, since 1998 when they took down Marysville 55-0. So they were pretty happy about that. First and goal from the 5. Hack starts, stops, down to the 4. 75, and he's a big boy. Jake Bedard. 6'2", 210, made the stop. And that brings up third down. I think, though, at this stage, at least they're moving the ball better, and at least they've got some momentum to carry it. And it's a bit louder. That crowd hasn't woken up yet. Boy, would 6 on the scoreboard do that job. Third down and goal from the 5. 10:50 to go in the second. Kenny Sanders in the backfield this time. Johns More airing it out through Macaulay Hill's hands again, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Johns More was decked, by the way. Hammered, I believe, by 9, Connor Hunter. And crowd chanting a word I don't dare repeat. Here you see. Well, it might have been a bit high. Crowd wants pass interference, basically. And if you award it there, you say basically it's pass interference because he tackled him too soon. Number 10, Quinn Kotsko from 21. It's up and it's good, so they've tied him. So with 10:39 left to go in the second, Huskies 3, Chippewa Valley 3, and here comes the Husky faithful, alive and well again. Boy, this is an offense that really does rely on the Johns More Macaulay Hill connection. Well, what do we have over here to the left? Is that the Husky mascot being attacked by an actual Husky? That's kind of funny. Anyway, here's that throw again. Hill maybe needed one more second to jump possibly earlier, or maybe just thrown a little too high. Well, there you see. The dog was actually attacking the Husky mascot earlier. That's a pretty friendly little Husky there, going over to that girl. And the Husky man down there, not really paying attention much to the game, but let's get nasty, Port Huron. Macaulay Hill, that's going out of bounds. There's a break, Chippewa Valley right there. Well, the crowd on the Chippewa Valley side here, they wanted a personal foul. Lots of pushing and shoving. And I like that if you're the Huskies. I like the fact that everybody knows you're Mac Blue versus Mac Red. You show that you're not going to be pushed around. Again, so important in this game that the Huskies dictate not just the flow of the game, but the momentum, the aggressive play. They have to prove to the Chippewa Valley Big Reds they're not going to be pushed around by them, and so far they're not. And credit the defense and Jalen Hayes for making that play a minute ago, which was absolutely huge. And points off turnovers could be a big key in this football game too. Here's that patented shotgun T-look again from the 35, 1st and 10. The give, look out, good wheels, got 6, 28, Cameron Wilson. And not only is this Cameron Wilson a load, 5'11", 200, but he can run a little bit. And big guys like that, well, 5'11", 200 is not the biggest guy in the world, but certainly he's built. He is big. Guys built like that, they pick up speed as they run, so it is paramount that you stop him as soon as you can. Like that for any runner, but bigger guys are hard to bring down as they build up speed. Shotgun look again, option look. Met hard by Sanders, brought down hard by Sanders. Paul Martin decided to cut this one upfield on the QB keeper, and now comes up yet another big third down play. Well, if you watch this Husky defense, it's pretty obvious who the leader on it is. Despite, Calder, Reno making big plays, Jalen Hayes making big plays, there's no doubt number 20 is the key to the whole thing. Because he makes plays all night long, but he's got some swagger to him too. Big play this time, 3rd and 3 from the 42 to pass. It's high, tipped by McFedrin. Off his hands, that's pretty good defense, and that brings up 4th down. And I'm not so sure about that play call there, just because the way they're busting that ball up with 28 Wilson, I'm surprised they just don't keep doing that for a while. Johns Moore last week, by the way, 8 for 14, 185. Again, the 5 TDs. He had 11 carries for just 31 yards. Of course, those rushing yards did not really matter. Here's the punt try, standing at his 30. That's not going far at all. From the line of scrimmage, I kid you not, that might be, I'm saying might be, I'm being kind here, a 15-yard punt. So the Huskies another break, and they've got good field position again here to work with. And exactly the kind of game they need to pull this big upset tonight. 3-3. You can't let Chippewa Valley put points on the board in big numbers. You've got to hang around with them. That's the recipe. From the 46, 1st and 10 now. 9-10 to play in the second. The game is tied at 3. Chippewa Valley Big Reds and your Port Huron Northern Huskies. Johns Moore shotgun, the give, hack, quickly left side and down. Might have got 3. Helmet comes off 2 down there. Look out, Debo. Perhaps the biggest single play last week, there's the killer Kovac, carrying up Cable. Don't know if he's coming in here or what. Channel 6 employee. Again, Quinn Kotsko last week, 80-yard kickoff return. I'm sure Chippewa Valley knows all about him and that big play. 2nd down and 8 from the 48. They say Debo got 2 yards on that carry. Johns Moore again, shotgun with 3 wide and 1 back. Johns Moore looking hill, and he's going to pay for it. Well, 1-2 pick a few on that sack. 75 again among them, Jake Bednard. 50 as well got him, Joe Griswack. And now it's 3rd and long. Well, this game looks like it's faring to become a lot like that Grosse Pointe South game was. Just a real defensive-minded football game. And again, that's fine if you're the Huskies, but scary if you're Chippewa Valley because, again, they're the MAC Red team. They're the team with everything to lose. And I like that advantage for the Huskies, too. 3rd and 12 from the 44. They blitz from the outside. Johns Moore cuts upfield. He's going to be close, and I think he's got it. Let me tell you something, that's a great effort. It really is. Johns Moore cut that ball upfield. He runs with a lot of heart. And you can move the sticks, yes. 1st down, Northern. Lancers in that game last week. Well, here you see the replay first. The fake to Debo. That play needs a bit of time to develop. And they just missed tackle on him. And Johns Moore is very elusive in the open field. There you see him. And he just kind of dove forward. Very important that you dive forward as you're being tackled for the extra couple. And that might have gotten him the first. from the 43. First down and 10. 7:06 to go, second quarter. Still tied at 3. Johnsmore blocked from the outside by Kenny Sanders. Johnsmore, the keeper, got 5. Well, there you see Kenny Sanders again being physical. Around left side, he was the blocker there, and good choice for a blocker. Well, this quarter's flying right on by, and as predicted, lots of runs. Clock is not being stopped. 6.5 ticks to go in the first half of play, tied at 3. And it looks more like 6 on that carry, so second down and 4. Northern trying to prove that they're for real. Shotgun. 3 wide again. Johnsmore again, and we've got a dead play and a whistle blown. And it's going to go against the Huskies. I believe it's a delay of game. Well, the Lancers last week, just 61 yards on the ground and 70 in the air. Rushing yards 111 to 61 for Northern. Passing yards 194 to 70. Well, I think those are the same little girls that are always on TV and always on camera every single week. Maybe they could get some kind of a dance going for us next time or something. They're always on camera down there. Same sideline every week. Second down and 10. Play fake again. Debo again upfield. That'll bring up third down. 14 among tacklers. John Simon for the Big Reds of Chippewa Valley. Well, Darian Hack last week was Northern's leading rusher. He was 9 for 39. But they didn't really need rushing last week. As we continue the stats, Macaulay Hill 4 for 121, Smith 2 for 64. Pat Connell claimed both Hill and Johnsmore are the first ones out at practice every week. So those two have certainly worked hard this season, and you can see a connection and a camaraderie building between them. Kotsko, the end around, refuses to go down. Well, that play on third down is just not going to get you 8 yards. But you have to admire Kotsko's effort. They tried to not only tackle him for the loss, but to strip him as well. And he held on. Dove forward and tried to make something out of nothing there. And he did, basically. Flag on the play first, we'll see. Officials talking about it. Again, a great night for football here. And face mask on Chippewa Valley. So some penalties not exactly helping the Chippewa Valley Big Reds here tonight. And a third and long now. Looks like third and short. Incidental face mask apparently. So a very big play here now. Basically the biggest play of this game yet is right now. We've got 3rd and 2 from the 35. 5 and 26 ticks to go in the second. Still 3-3 Huskies and Chippewa Valley. They're blitzing, it looks like, on this play. Johnsmore tries to cut it again, makes a spin move. Do they push him forward? They do, and I think he's got the first down again. Cameron Wilson among tacklers for Chippewa Valley. And they do, they have it. This is exactly what the doctor ordered, really. Because I said they had to come out and strike quick. They weren't able to do that. But they got some momentum going with the Hill catch, which wasn't exactly a short pass reception. And now they're moving the football a little bit to keep the momentum they have. Well, I like how the game's going if you're a Husky fan. First down and 10 from the 30. And Pat Connell calls timeout. Well, apparently the Huskies dedicate 15 minutes of every single practice. Of course, I mentioned practice earlier because Alex Johnsmore and Macaulay Hill really developing something. They work really hard, and they practice together. They're out there before anyone else, apparently, before every practice. But the Huskies dedicate 15 minutes of every single one of their practices to guys making the first tackle defensively and also attempting to rip the ball out of opponents' hands. So Not only are they a good defense because they've got talent, but they're good because they work at it. So very important. You have to work hard. I don't care how good you are. Practice makes perfect. And listening to Allen Iverson all those years ago say, you know, practice. Talking about practice. Yeah, they are. And that's why the Huskies are so good, because they practice hard. And this coach Connell, he's really got a great game plan, I think. And they say he's an aggressive-minded coach. They say he's really dedicated and all the rest. I love it. I absolutely love that frame of mind, because football's not a game for nice guys. It's a game for tough guys, for physical guys. And that's what he is. From the 30, it's 1st and 10. The play fake. Debo from QB. Good yardage. Debo close to the sticks again. And it probably does benefit the Huskies here that he didn't quite get the first down. Being 2nd and inches now, look out if you're Chippewa Valley. This next play has Macaulay Hill written all over it, believe me. This is one of those striking plays, because you know 3rd and short, if you're put in that position, it's not going to kill you. Man, if I'm the head coach at Chippewa Valley, look out here. This is a perfect play to take a run at the end zone. 2nd down and 1 from the 21. Johns Moore. Play fake. Yeah, it's a keeper instead. Push back. Not going to get it. Well, Debo jumped in more or less to try and help out Johns Moore, who was getting pushed back, and I think they might have Debo for hands to the face. Oh, wait a minute. The Huskies are clapping here. Oh, okay. Debo was retaliating. Another face mask on Chippewa Valley. Well, these are gifts. The Big Reds are shooting themselves in the foot. And if you're a Husky fan, it's ultimately satisfying. Here you go. Here's the play fake. Oh, they're roughing him up a little bit. Well, that's from behind the back. That's just dumb, really. No wonder Debo came over there. That's a forward momentum play where he didn't even have to get in there to make the tackle from behind. He was already being pushed back. That's a good call. Drop snap. Look out, Johns Moore. Hold on to that football at all costs. 61 the sack. Tyler Freeze. 41 as well, Justin Mans. So it's a half sack. 3:13 to go in the half. And now you got to be thinking clock, because even if you don't get points here, you don't let Chippewa Valley get the ball back here. This has been a great drive for that reason. You talk about some long drives in this football game too. Chippewa Valley ate up much of the first quarter. Northern's eaten up much of the second with these long sustained drives. Certainly keeps the clock running at 2:45 now. Johns Moore to pass again. Looking, airing it out again, and that's actually a pretty good pass. For Nathan Manis, just out of his reach. I don't even think I would call that pass there overthrown. That's not too bad, Johns Moore. Not too bad at all. The problem with it, as a wideout, and center fielders and outfielders will tell you this in baseball, the hardest catch that you have to make is your over-the-head catch. And Manis was faced with that right there. And he's a guy that's not thrown to that often, so I can understand why that one might have been a little harder to make than some of them. Big play here at 3rd and 14 at the 22. Johns Moore looking. There's the pressure again. Just dares this one out. Intercepted in the end zone, and that's going to be a touchback. 19. It's a gift for Cedric Williams. Christmas does come mid-September for 19. And the pass rush there is what made that play happen. Because Johns Moore was being pushed by that pass rush right as he threw this football. Well, that's before that. That's a good play, though. Good concentration. And obviously smart to not run out with the football. Again, CPHS Channel 6, Derek Work, the Big D. Being big is a state of mind. 2:34 to go. And a 3-3 game. As long as the Huskies hang around, we'll see what kind of bend but don't break they play here. Pickering on the blitz. Hayes meets him to the outside. A nice job. Hayes, Kenny Sanders as well, Tyler Corrigan. I tell you gotta like this 99 out there. He really is a good player, and he's aggressive. And I am a little shocked. They only do have one team timeout left, but Chippewa Valley is really taking their time here to call plays, and I'll tell you, they do not have the clock in their favor at 2 minutes. 2nd down and 9, I formation. They continue to do play fakes and run the football. Paul Martin slips and falls. Cannon foddered at Ebo, who downs him quickly. Well, I can't believe they're doing this. It's almost like they're satisfied to just run this ball and run this clock out and take it into the half. I know they didn't have much time left, but goodness, the ease at which they're doing this. I'm a little shocked right now. I mean, this is a MAC Red team. Why wouldn't you air this out? Shotgun T, 3rd and 5. The give, he's up and he's down. And now Northern's got to think about a timeout here, I would think. They do, they call it. 1:15 left to go now. I know it's one thing to be up here in the booth. It's another to be coaching. I do not agree with the play calling at Chippewa Valley on that entire series. I mean, on one hand, they come out and they take it easy. They want to run the clock down. But on the other hand, you've got to be thinking, with the ease of these plays and how we're not getting any yards, is Northern going to get this ball back with good field position and mainly time left on the clock to work with? Fourth down now, punting formation obviously. We'll see if Nowakowski can put the Huskies in good field position here. They do still have one timeout. Both teams do. 15 on the punt, Dom Spear. Here's the punt. Gets a good Chippewa Valley bounce. Huskies gonna leave it alone, and it's right down to the 40. And they just stand there and watch it. That gentleman there thought that was kind of funny. I didn't think they noticed they were on camera, but there's the smiles. Some people don't like being on camera. They get downright angry. A year ago, Chippewa Valley, of course talking about last year's game, they beat Northern 28-18. That one was in Chippewa Valley. The victory for Chippewa Valley last year, it marked the 10th straight victory in this series over Northern. So there you go. That one a high snap. That is a great job by Alex Johns-Moore. It's a huge loss of yardage. 19, Cedric Williams on the sack, and he has had a great last couple of plays. The sack and the interception. A great play, though, by Alex Johns-Moore to get that ball on the bounce. He might have saved a touchdown. Well, now if you're Northern and the big loss like that, it changes everything. Now, you've got to be content to go in the locker room at 3-3, I would think. Now you got to think about making Chippewa Valley use their timeout or them taking into the locker room. So it's been sloppy in the last couple minutes here as teams figure out what they're trying to do here before the half. Final 17 seconds of the first half. To pass again, Johns-Moore outside. Macaulay Hill tries to cut it and stiff arm his man, but he can't do it and only got about 6 yards. And if Chippewa Valley doesn't stop the clock, that's going to be the half. They do, though. Northern calls one last timeout. So we'll see if Coach Connell maybe goes for the jugular hill here with Macaulay Hill, or if content to run this clock down and take it into the locker room. If you're Northern, it's not a great first half, but you're content to be in the game with a MAC Red opponent. You're okay with 3-3. If you're Chippewa Valley, you're not. I'm sorry, but there's no way you're happy with this first half. No way. They're going to go in there, and they're more than likely going to get reamed out by head coach Scott Merchant. Because you come into another team's building, like a MAC Blue team, rated 2 divisions under you, and you're this close, you're within 1 possession or tied, anything can happen. There's already been turnovers in this game, and the key all day is points off the turnovers. Setting up for one great defensive second half. They've got 5 wide out there right now. Johns Moore from shotgun. We'll see if Chippewa Valley drops way back to defend this. 3rd and 15. They are going to pass it. Hill, middle, and intended for Quinn Kotsko, but incomplete. And there still is time for one last play. Clock stops with 1 second. Well, the last time that Northern knocked off Chippewa Valley, I actually looked this up. 1993. That's going back a ways. I actually have to think about that. I'm no mathematician. 17 years ago? Are you kidding? The score of that one, 42-14, which I guess does prove it can be done. Well, they're calling that the half now after talking this one over, so that's it. First half from Memorial Stadium. If you're the Huskies, you're half content. If you're Chippewa Valley, no way, Jose. Pretty good defensive half, Northern. Derek Work, the Big D, CPHS Channel 6. The score at halftime. Your Huskies 3, Chippewa Valley 3. Back with the third quarter after the Port Huron Northern marching band.
Let's have a nice hand for the varsity cheerleader. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your 2010 Port Huron Northern Marching Band under the direction of Eric Major, field leadership of Senior Drum Major Emily Zen, field commanders Allison Pinto and Lindsay Helton, color guard captains Anna Griffin and Emily Shevnock. This year's halftime is a look at one of the most widely enjoyed movies of the last decade, introducing us to such characters as Frozone, Syndrome, and Bon Voyage. This movie became an instant classic. The 60s spy movie soundtrack sounded cool, new, and yet immediately recognizable. Field leadership, are you ready to take the field? The Port Huron Northern Marching Band proudly presents The Incredibles. for a test drive of a Ford vehicle. We will wash your car during your test drive. Each test drive earns $20 to Fort Huron Northern Band. We would like to thank Tom Woods and Northgate Ford for their help on this Drive 1 for your school promotion. Join us tomorrow morning, take a test drive. You will be entered into a drawing for a textbook computer. We hope to see you tomorrow. Also, the percussion and color guard will be having a pop can drive and a car wash on Sunday, September 19th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. in Arby's parking lot. Drop off your pop cans and get your car washed. Would you like the pep band to play for your small groups and big college games on October the 9th and November 27th? Bandograms will once again be available. Plan on having a band member or tailgate party business.
And welcome back. Third quarter action from Memorial Stadium here in Port Huron. Derek Wark, the Big D for CPHS, Channel 6. Well, a 3-3 game after one half complete. Basically a battle of the defenses, and that can only help Port Huron Northern. I think a big key in this game is going to be points off turnovers 1, special teams errors 2. Whatever team gives way in either one of those areas, I think that's going to be the decider. It is an even game. I think at this point that favors Port Huron Northern, but again, they have to win with their D. They have to continue to be aggressive, make the plays, and dictate action, and they've got a chance at pulling a huge upset. But again, it's got to happen on the field. Do the Huskies pull the big upset tonight? We have the answer to that one next. CPHS Channel 6, Derek Wark, the Big D. We're in for a great second half. Well, and as we talk about the first half of play here from Memorial Stadium, I'd like to tell you about BigDSports.info, my own blog. That's right, I blog about these games and the players and what I have to say about the game. And really, it's an opinionated blog on the game I called, on what I think of the players and all the rest of it. And I really enjoy calling these games. So as you can bet, I really enjoy writing the blogs at BigDSports.info. Here we go. Second half just about underway, and the third quarter. 3-3 game. Let's get nasty, Port Huron. Macaulay Hill off opening kickoff. Not the greatest kick to the 25, now 30. Wilson gets hammered and even does a little bit of hammering in his own right. Brought down by a couple different Huskies over there, actually. A whole horde of Husky tacklers. Jacob Maxwell among them. Again, Derek Wark, the Big D, CPHS Channel 6. Thanks a lot to the CPHS brass down there that have brought me up some hot chocolate. Excellent to get me by on the cold night. Speaking of that, it's been a pretty good night on the whole. Great night for football, especially right now. Starting the night, it was kind of sunny, kind of hot, kind of bright in the booth, but now things have calmed down a little bit, and we're ready for the real football game and the real football weather now. QB dive right behind center. Cut about half the distance to the first down, too. That brings up 2nd and 5. Again, going into the locker room, it's no big secret. I don't think Chippewa Valley would be very happy. 3-3, tied with Mac Blue. But again, it shows you what kind of aggressive defense the Huskies do indeed play. They'll give you a wallop. They'll hit you hard. That's movement. That is absolute movement on left guard. 72 took one step beforehand, John Godlewski. So with 11:27 to go in the third, again, the second half just underway. But you can't say enough how well the defense has played this whole season. And Coach Connell has got to be so proud of this unit. They've now allowed 32 total points in 3.5 games. Like, give me a break. That's a great tackle by Austin Pickering. We haven't heard from him too much tonight, but you're going to hear from 24 as the bigger plays need to be made in this game. So that brings up 3rd and long and a big, big play. 3rd down and 8 from the 31. Again, 11 minutes to go now in the 3rd. Well, 1993 was the last season Chippewa Valley apparently had a losing season. Very successful team as far as overall record goes. 93, the last time the Huskies also beat them. Back to pass, roll out to the outside. Miller, looking, throws it and forces it into play. But excellent defense by the Huskies. And Jalen Hayes again forces Chippewa Valley to punt. Well, the Huskies are currently 1 game behind Grosse Pointe South and Anchor Bay both, who are currently tied for the Mac Blue lead. So a victory tonight for their overall record. Of course, this is not a Mac Blue contest. Well, look at the cheering section here for the Huskies. How about it? That's what I call loyalty. They're walking down enemy territory. The punt is blocked. Austin Pickering, I told you we'd hear from him, baby. Fumbled end zone. Do they have it? They do. Touchdown, Huskies. I don't believe it because Austin Pickering caused the fumble. He got the ball and then fumbled it again. Look who comes up with it. None other than 44, James Glumbowski. How about it? I told you the last 3 weeks, this Glumbowski makes plays. He doesn't get the most playing time on planet Earth, but when he's in there, he makes the play. You gotta admire the effort. You really have got to admire the effort. And Chippewa Valley now frustrated. What a defense. This being my 14th year of calling Port Huron Northern Husky games for CPHS Channel 6, I have never seen a Husky unit of defense play like this. See, Pickering fumbled the ball again, but check out Johnny on the spot, James Glumbowski. And Pickering was actually funny there. The minute Glumbowski jumped on it, he didn't care. He went up celebrating. He's all happy about that one. Didn't care that he fumbled it as long as they got the TD. There you go. Well, now this game gets very, very dangerous for Chippewa Valley because, as mentioned, they have all the pressure in the world on them. Huskies have nothing to lose. I mean, this is a team rated 2 divisions higher. As far as Chippewa Valley is concerned, this is not one of their higher rated teams, but it's still Mac Red. Boy, the camera loves those girls, and with good reason. They are all over the field right now trying to get anybody to cheer. Macaulay Hill, here we go again. Let's get nasty. Port Huron again. Smart play here by Fahey to let this one roll out of bounds because for the second time tonight, Huskies guilty of the kickoff infraction. Good field position again for Chippewa Valley, who now have adversity. They're being flat out tested right now. That Grosse Pointe South game at this point is a game that you don't look back on. But at the end of the year, when the Huskies do, that's going to be a game where they look at and say, I wish I could play that one again because it was just so close. And this one's gearing up to the same type of thing. As the Big Reds now have the football from the 35, 1st and 10. 10:22 to go in the 3rd. Huskies on top, 10-3. There's another fumble. Huskies try and jump on the ball again. It depends on the ruling here. It depends. No, they're saying down. Jalen Hayes got up celebrating. Kenny Sanders is holding both his arms out. They're upset. They wanted another turnover. Honestly, this defense is playing sick right now. They are. They are letting nothing get through. And they're outsized. They're outsized in every game they play, particularly in that Grosse Pointe South game. I formation again, 3 wide again. 2nd down and 11. Back to pass, Paul Miller again. Austin Pickering the pressure. Stepping up and intercepting this ball is 28 Benjamin Haynes. Back the other way, down sidelines, hammered hard at the 35-yard line, but not before. Yet another interception, another turnover. Port Huron Northern Huskies. What did I say at the beginning of this second half? Turnovers and points off turnovers decide the game. And decide this game, and here you go. I tell you though, that play is not an interception if it wasn't for the pass rush by 24 Austin Pickering. This is deadly. Here he comes on the blitz, and here you see it. Yep. Quarterback Paul Miller knows he's got to throw that ball when he sees Pickering in his face like that, or else take the sack. Johns Moore now on 1st down. Outside, caught outside, 15, 10, 9. Tyler Smith. Unbelievable how they've come out. It really is in this second half. And really, you don't want a repeat of the 10-7 loss to GPS, Grosse Pointe South. You want to decide this game. You don't want another chance to lose the game late. So far, they're responding, boy. I have no idea what Pat Connell said to this group at halftime, but they're fired up. Shotgun again. Johns Moore to the outside again. Tries to cut it up again. Hold on to that ball. 50 the sack among a whole horde of Chippewa Valley tacklers. Joe Griswack. And if you're Chippewa Valley right now, it is very, very crucial that you do not let the Huskies in the end zone. If you have to hold them to a field goal, so be it. But again, it's getting scary for them. It really is. This upset, there's potential here. It looks like it's starting to cue itself, this big upset, or at least the possibility of it. Lots of football to play, though. 2nd and goal from the 12. Johns Moore, the draw play, the Sanders, nothing. 52, Joe Cavalier. Good tackler. They list him as maybe the best player on the whole team, this Cavalier. And he's only, 5'9" on the defensive line. And he proved it right there. That's a big-time play. Speaking of big-time plays, here we go again. 3rd and goal from the 10. A really big play for the Husky offense, but mainly for this Chippewa Valley D if they want to still be in this football game. Johns Moore airing it out, deep sideline corner. They rule touchdown. Macaulay Hill caught it in the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. I wasn't sure. Did he get his foot down and bounce? That's got to be replayed right there. And to our benefit at this level, there's no replay. He's in. Oh, what a catch. Macaulay Hill, you are sick. Quinn Kotsko, the extra point. How about it? 17-3, Port Huron Northern. 7:15 to go, 3rd quarter. Derek Work, the Big D. CPHS Channel 6. Replay again. Look at that. Folks, that's poetry in motion. That is double covered, back of the end zone, corner, and Johns Moore leading the way. And let me tell you something, that pass was picture perfect. And I've said it a couple times in this game, when you throw that lob, that fade, you play the back of the corner. And that's another guy. That's almost like another defender, that out of bounds marker. But when you have a guy like Hill who will go up and get the ball, and he's got good hands like he does, such an advantage, and that pass is perfect. But again, the ability of Hill to catch that ball despite double coverage. Look at this. A perfect pass, and there's no question that foot's in bounce. The Chippewa Valley fans didn't like it, but that's the right call. That's a good call. Let's get nasty. Port Huron falls on the kickoff. Chippewa Valley fell on it. And they get it at about the 34. Check that, the 39. Sometimes that can even work to your advantage because they're not expecting that kind of a kick, and despite the fact that he fell down, that almost worked. Anyway, the Channel 6 staff tonight: cameraman Paul Campow, Emily Desmond, Cecilia Gallio, Josiah Kreidler, Nick Newmyers, and Sean Wendt. Those are the camera people tonight. The camera / halftime director is Aaron Bitzinger. I'll tell you about the rest of the Channel 6 staff here in just a minute. Husky crowd is going insane right now, chanting defense, defense, and this unit is crazy. Miller to pass again, airing it out deep, too far. Heck of an effort by Demi Brigham there to even attempt at catching the ball, but flag on the play. This might be roughing the passer, perhaps. We'll see. It is, yep. Roughing the passer against Port Huron Northern. So if you talk about a play that can momentarily kill momentum, there you go. Personal foul, and nothing you can do but shake it off. The rest of the Channel 6 staff: Chris Bloodhound Orell. Audio is Brandon the Killer Kovac. Slow-mo director is the big fella in the truck, EJ Shea. Graphics, Chad Schuler. And the production supervisor, the Green Hornet, Ed Sinek. Thanks a lot to him for giving me this opportunity again to call a great game here. Paul Miller escapes trouble this time. Smashed around, the ball's loose again, but they're saying the ball's down again. Well, that's a good run that time. That brings up second down. So there's the Channel 6 staff doing a great job as always. A big crew getting big checks. Maybe. Second down and 1 from the 37. Shotgun T again. To pass again. Miller. Pressured again. Sacked again. Calderino, baby. You know what? There's something wrong with Calderino, number 6. The first 2 games, he was just plain unbelievable. Last week, I saw him limping a little bit. But the fact that he can still make the big play, I mean, he's noticeably hurt. He was just plain a terror before he got hurt. I'm serious, and underline the word terror and asterisks. He was tremendous. Shotgun again, Miller, outside, airing it out. Oh, it's a good thing the wideout caught his hand on that ball. That was going right in Debo's hands. I say it every single week, number 30, Darian Hack. He's just around the football at the right time. Fourth down again. If you're the Huskies here, you can't ignore the fact that this is excellent fake punt territory. Be careful here with the fake. Standing at the 44-yard line is Fahey. Fahey to punt this one off. And not going to be a fake. Instead, a pretty good punt, really. Comes up for the fair catch, bounces at the 10, rolls 5, inside 4. That's a good job. Well, you can't draw it up any better than that, really. So the Huskies, not the greatest field position, and they started this game where they were having field position issues. And when you begin a drive inside the 5, half the time you're just trying to get it out and better position yourself to punt it back. And they had a drive just like that. And in the early going, I was wondering if they were ever going to move the ball, but it's become a different game now. This Husky D has really stepped up its play. 1st and 10 from the 4. Johns Moore, look out. They almost downed him in the end zone. Instead, they get it out. Tyler Smith looked upfield first. In and out of his hands and off his knee. It looks like they've got those Husky claws, too, on the back of their helmets. Michigan used to do that with their little symbols and all that. You get one of those stickers, if you will. You get one of those for a good play. It looks like the Huskies are doing that, but a lot of schools have stopped doing that. Michigan's one of them. They kind of felt that it took away from the helmet, so the Huskies do it here, though. They put the claws on the back of the helmets and showing these kids how many great plays they make. 2nd down and 10 now from the 4. Johns Moore shotgun again. Play fake again. Behind center to the 5. Got maybe 1. Brings up a big 3rd down play. 50 among tacklers, Joe Griswack. Well, the Husky schedule, of course, they beat Stony Creek 23-13. Lost to Grosse Pointe South 10-7. All these first 4 games, by the way, here at Memorial Stadium. Last week, they beat L'Anse Creuse High School with a whopping 47-6 victory. Tonight, of course, they're home to Chippewa Valley. They go on the road next week at Swinehart Field to play Utica. Utica Ford, I believe that one. 3rd down and 8. They say he got 2 in the last play. Wide out screen, Macaulay Hill, no. Got maybe 2 more. That'll bring up 4th down, and the Huskies are going to have to punt. But a 2-possession game, no matter what they do. And again, that's one of those plays or drives, if you will, where you're just unlucky based on the field position, and very hard to move the football when that happens. Was that popcorn in that brown bag? That looked pretty good. I think it was popcorn. He has to get that from the other side. That's on this side, the Chippewa Valley fans. Here's the punt. Standing in his own end zone, Macaulay Hill gets a boomer off. Fielded 43. Tries to strip him, Tyler Smith, but he gets by Smith. Fahey, 25 to the 23. 68, Jacob Maxwell eventually did make the tackle. So that's a gift. Strong punt return. That's over a 20-yard return. And it started, it would have been great field position for Chippewa Valley anyway there. Lots of kids running around tonight. Derek Wark, the Big D, CPHS Channel 6. Glad to have you aboard in what's becoming quite the upset at 17-3 Northern over Chippewa Valley. Shotgun T, end around look. Gets through and gets to the outside. They tackle him eventually inside the 5 to the 4. Sanders the tackle. Check that 28, Benjamin Haynes. And if he doesn't trip him up by the feet, number 4, Demi Brigham is in. I didn't even have this kid listed, this number 4, this Brigham, but I'll tell you, all signs indicate that his mere effort alone makes him a definite threat. I formation look again. This one going to Wilson, I would guess. Inside the 10 at the 5. No, play fake, Martin, nothing. Battle back, Huskies, 55. Trent Beebe among the tacklers. Well, running down the rest of that schedule. October the 1st, they're at Sterling Heights. October the 8th, they're at Anchor Bay. Again, pretty heavy in streaks that both the Port Huron teams are at Memorial Stadium. First 4 weeks, Northern's here, then 3 in a row, and check that 4 in a row because the rivalry game comes the second last week. The rest of that schedule in just a moment. Play fake on 2nd down. Give to Wilson, not much again. That brings up 3rd and goal. Again, October the 8th, they're at Anchor Bay. Then October the 15th is the big one versus Port Huron High. This is a year where the Huskies have got to honestly think going into that game, they're the favorites, and they've got to get that Brick Fowler trophy back at all costs. Port Huron has had a rough start. They're 1-2 this year. They've got Utica in Utica tonight. It's going to be hard to not go 1-3. So this is a year that I think Northern feels they can do it. Third down and goal from the 5. Shotgun again off play fake. Martin outside and fumbles the football in the end zone. That's a touchback. Touchback Huskies. Oh, how about that defense continuing to do the job when they have to? 1st and 10 Huskies on the 20. The Chippewa Valley crowd doesn't like that one bit because of the play call. Here's the fumble. Oh, 28, Benjamin Hayes. Got him with the helmet. Knocked the ball loose, and then the ball's out of bounds for the touchback. You talk about dodging a bullet. We're talking turnovers, which technically that right there is a turnover because you walk away with no points. Oh my goodness. To be good, you've got to be lucky. You've got to have the breaks, and they're getting it. 1st and 10 from the 20. Johns Moore avoiding tackles. Tripped up after gaining 8, but don't look now. Flags all over the place. 14, the tackle, John Simon. Well, if I wasn't seeing it, I wouldn't believe it. 17-3. And you know what? As we see the flag, by the way, on Northern, that's going to back them up. Replay of first down. I didn't think a couple of years ago, and that was a good Utica Eisenhower team, as you see the Bloodhound up there on the roof. Hey, Bloodhound. He doesn't know he's on cam, I guess. Oh, there we go. Hey, Bloodhound. The camera always has him from the back. I don't know what's up with that. 1st and 19 from the 11. Johns Moore, the keeper, rumbling forward. This is a good effort here. Still has it. Well, the referees just refused to blow the whistle there. It's that simple. In the bit of a scrum there, he just went forward. Again, getting back on that Utica Eisenhower win, though, by the Big Reds years ago, it was a tremendous upset, and I didn't think it could happen. And this hasn't happened yet, but just the fact that it's 17-3 right now, Coach Connell has to be pleased. He's not the kind of coach that would show that, but he has to be. A tremendous effort here in the second half. 2nd down and 12 now from the 18. And movement. It looked like the hard count drew his own men offside that time. Speaking of the Huskies and Johns Moore, one more game to mention on that schedule, by the way, October the 22nd. The Huskies close at St. Clair. Keep in mind, next week we'll be doing the Big Reds, the 3rd game this season. The Big Reds, again, Utica. That's where the Huskies will travel to next week. As you see the PHN schedule for 2010, brought to you by the folks at CPHS and Channel 6. And usually when you're on the verge of this kind of thing, and coaches, they get afraid of it, because the fact of the matter is, you kind of get pumped up. You think, can that clock tick off fast enough? We want this upset to happen now. You get a little bit antsy, you do. So far, so good for the Huskies, though. They call timeout right now, though.
Timeout.
A minute 13 left in the 3rd, and it's been a 3rd quarter dominated by the Huskies. Dominated by a Mac Blue team, and dare I say it, a Mac Blue defensive powerhouse. CPHS Channel 6, again, Derek Ward, Big D. Praising the Huskies' Big D. Because it's been great tonight. They say that defense wins championships. Well, one could be on the way. I'm talking Mac Blue championship for this Husky club. If they continue to play this hard and this physical against teams that on paper come in here and you think that they're going to be better because they're Mac Red, their division's higher, Chippewa Valley is usually so much bigger and so much faster than Northern. They bully them. I mean, I'm not being mean, it's true. They just plain bully them. Well, not tonight, Big D. Not tonight. From the 13, 2nd and 17. Johns Moore to pass it, airing it out. Kotsko, no. It's intercepted. At the 38-yard line, Chippewa Valley, again, great field position to work with. Well, they've got defensive players back there now to guard these Husky wideouts. And that was proof right there, stepping in front of that ball. But even still, that scoreboard is what's most important right now. And right now, it's a two-possession game. This defense has been on the field a lot already. They continue to do it. From the 39, 1st down and 10. Minute 8 to go, 3rd quarter. Huskies on top, 17-3. The give, hit hard, brought down, got 1. Calderino over there, and Tyler Corrigan. Well, the Chippewa Valley crowd here yelling their disgust at the Chippewa Valley playbook. Yelling, throw that playbook out. I can understand their dislike, we'll call it, for that playbook when you see Paul Miller on that play a moment ago, and he ends up fumbling the ball. They didn't even pass the ball once when they were in the red zone like that. But you know what? The power running game that they've gone away from with this Wilson, it has worked at times tonight. Here we go. 2nd down and 9 from the 38. 40 seconds left in the 3rd. Bumps into his own blocker and pushed back hard. Huskies sack again. Austin Pickering sharpening his claws. The Husky D is on the prowl, folks. What can I say? That hasn't already been said about this great defensive team. Final 10 seconds of the 3rd quarter. Are they going to let it go? Shotgun look. Final 5 seconds. Now 4. Now 3. Do they get the play off? They don't. That's going to do it. 3rd quarter from Memorial Stadium. A quarter completely owned by the Port Huron Northern Huskies. They got turnovers and they got a break. And as a result, 17-3. As we see the last play, Paul Miller gets tackled by Husky pride. Back with the 4th in a moment. CPHS, Channel 6. Welcome back to the 4th quarter. I'm alone up here in the booth, so I can't tell someone this, but if there was someone up here with me, I'd say pinch me, I'm dreaming. Derek Wark, the Big D, CPHS. 1 quarter away from the upset. 17-3, the Huskies are 12 minutes away from doing it. Chippewa Valley has 3 points in 3 quarters. here tonight. Shotgun again. Well, they get to him. They got to him late. It's a pitch back, and now it's a wide out toss, deep into the hands of Fahey inside the 5 to the 3, and he could get a taunting penalty for that. I can't believe there's no flag there. I can't believe that. You do not taunt at this level. No way. Fahey looked directly in McFedrin's face and taunted him. Well, they needed a play to wake them up, Chippewa Valley, and that might have been it. But I am surprised that flag was not thrown there. You have got to call that. And I'm not being a homer there. I'm telling you the truth. You've got to call that. Not much on the carry. I believe Wilson on it. Right at the 5. It's all right to celebrate as long as you're looking at your team or celebrating with your team at this level. The NFL's a little bit different, but at this level, you can't simply look right in a guy's face and taunt him. Second down and goal from the 5 now. Immediate give. He's in. He was wide open. He had the hole. Touchdown, Chippewa Valley. Brad Hughes. Joe Bastoni, the wide-out toss a moment ago, set that play up. And might I add, on that wide-out toss, they were very, very lucky on that pitch back to even get it off in the first place. Very, very close. They say it's a game of inches. Boy, they're not kidding. Extra point try, up, good. So it's 17-10 now. What do you do now if you're the Huskies? You need another long, sustained drive and knock this clock right down. But again, the two biggest single plays, well, of the quarter so far, or even of the second half, as far as I'm concerned, come on one play there a moment ago. The fact they didn't throw the flag for the obvious taunting, which, to me, you have to. And the fact that they barely got the pitch off. I tell you though, for a wideout, this Joe Bastoni, that's a pretty good toss, really. McFedrin defensive positioning again, but they just did get it through him. There's the Husky band. And it would be interesting to see how close they were to downing that ball or even getting the sack on that play. He just did get that pitch off to the wideout before, of course, the wideout toss to get it downfield quickly. It had to be inches. This is what happened in the Grosse Pointe game. Northern took the lead and tried to hold on to it late. Can they do it this time? From the 40, as always, to kick this one off. Let's get nasty again, Port Huron. Taking to the 10, up 15, now to the 20. Stutter steps. Tyler Smith to the outside. Look out, Tyler Smith, now 40. Quickly midfield. Tyler Smith could go. Steps out of bounds at the 30. 89, Tyler Smith. They needed that. Just what the doctor ordered. That's the same kick return that Quinn Kotsko took it back for, the same area that they did this a week ago. And he stutter steps, he's buying time, he's letting the blockers set up here. Now watch this, look at all the yardage he's got, and 23's right there in front of him. And look at the manpower there. There's like 7 Huskies in that vicinity to what? 3 Big Reds. When you have blocking like that and you have the manpower to block with, that's why that kickoff works. From the 30, 1st and 10. Shotgun look, 2, Johns Moore. Three wide again. Kenny Sanders the carry along right side, tries to cut it, not much. Got 3, if he's lucky, 3. Well, there I am. Again, Derek Warwick, the Big D, CPHS Channel 6. Miss Gallio down there, doing a fine job, camera work as always. But yeah, one of those games, and the upset, we're crossing our fingers. It's close now, but Big Red's battling back, certainly, and it's going to be a very good finish. That big break, that fumble in the end zone, the touchback, that's the difference right now, I would say. The biggest play of this game, or one of them certainly. There's been a lot of them. Johns more hammered down. Huskies right now more concerned, I think, at getting that clock run down. 75, the tackle, Jake Bednard. And I have no problem with running the clock down in this fashion right now. If that's what you're content with, I don't recommend it, but if you do this, I'm not arguing with it just because. You gotta think, you can easy play call right now if you want, just because of the fact that the defense is the reason you've got that lead in the first place, or the main reason. Do you want to put it in the hands of the D if this doesn't work? 3rd down and 7. Hill jumps up, gets it right at the sticks, and I think he's got it. No official word yet. Very, very close there. Quinn Kotsko thinks they've got it, pointing that way. Right on the line. Oh, they want a measurement. It's a timeout. There you see the pack over there. That's a good job. Macaulay Hill jumps up. And your first reaction, your first thought about that pass and catch there is that it's not a good pass because Macaulay Hill has to jump up and get it. No, it is a good pass because he jumps up and gets it, because you have to take advantage of a wideout in his height. That's right on the money. That's a first down. Yep. So a fresh set of downs for the Huskies. One other interesting thing about this game for the Huskies, they've made the big plays when they've had to make them. And I've said that the first 3 weeks about the defense. Not so much last week with the blowout, but the first 2 weeks. They're just flat out making the plays when they need to make them. And after seeing this team win 1 game and 2 games and 3 the last couple years, heck, this is excellent. Johns Moore, airing it out, almost picked off, well defended. Well, they got to be careful over there. 2 linemen punching each other, and you can't do that. Even if you're being punched, do not retaliate this late in the game, because who knows? You might get the retaliation call. The other guy will get nothing. So, yeah, everybody's having fun today. They didn't even know they're on. Now they do. The Chippewa Valley fans down there, the girls. Well-traveled, apparently. Well-traveled. Nice to see. Under 9 to go in the 4th. 17-10. Northern with the lead. Johns Moore gets a block from Hack. Spin move. Still on his feet. Dives upfield. Not much. Still at the 20-yard line. Northern wants that clock to tick. Is it 2 down territory, or do you let... I believe, is it Kotsko that does the kicking? Do you let Kotsko try the field goal? Well, that's a head coach's decision here in a moment, but we'll see first. A huge play here for the Northern offense. 3rd and 10 from the 20. 8 and 23 ticks to go in the 4th. Debo's going to take this snap directly. Kotsko in motion. The fake end around. Debo upfield, touchdown Huskies! I don't know of another player on Port Huron Northern that cuts back quicker than Darian Hack. There, a big hug from Coach Connell. He's got to be proud, man. If we can get a replay of that run, watch how quick Hack cuts the football. Extra point is blocked and still goes through. How about that? They are getting every bounce and every single break right now. You gotta love it. 8:12 left in the fourth. 24-10 Huskies. Derek Wark, the Big D, CPHS. There you see, right there. Hack. He's got feet that don't really stop moving. They keep moving always, and that's the key to any good tailback. But it's not like Hack is taking that ball and going boom, boom. He's stutter stepping, he's sidestepping. And he's got these little last second jukes, kind of spur of the moment kind of sidesteps that really do throw off defenses, and there you see it. He got the direct snap there on that play call as well, and that's an interesting play call. Here we go again. Macaulay Hill kicks off, and let's get nasty. Port Huron from the 10, now 15-20. Quickly 25-30 and down to the 33. Downed hard at the 33 by Kenny Sanders. And the field, as you can see over there, is a muddy mess. There's one chunk of ground over there. Basically, you can see it right there. Right below where the football sits there. It is really, really torn up. There you see it. It's just a dirt patch. And they did everything they could earlier to that chunk of field there with rakes and all the rest to try and get it at least presentable. That Darian Hack run was big, man. It was big because you're back to 2 possessions again when the momentum looked like it maybe was switching sides. T look, shotgun again. Here's it out again. Almost caught it. That was almost a great effort by Bastone. Really, really close. Dove for it. Got one arm on it and almost brought it in. He might have brought it in, actually. I don't know. Very, very close. There you see. Wow. I think that's a catch. That's a heck of an effort. I don't care if he drops it, that's a heck of an effort. Why aren't they going to this number 1 Joe Bastone more often? I don't get it. 2nd and 10 from the 32. Sanders tries to get to him. Instead, pass caught for Demi Brigham, first down, Chippewa Valley. Again, right smack dab in the middle of midfield. Here's that catch again. Does he get control? The only thing they can rule on that one is the ground helped him catch the ball. Wilson, not much. 2, maybe 3 tops. We know all about catches that are ruled incomplete that are catches, don't we, Michigan sports fans? Might I add that Kelvin Johnson call last week was a hoax. It was a sham. And the fact that they sat there and said, because we don't understand the rule as it stands, that's why? Give me a break, NFL. Anyway, back to this one. I don't want to get into that one. 2nd and 8 from the 48. Inside Husky territory now. Paul Miller to pass. Looking upfield, Corrigan from the backside, and he might have dropped the football again. Well, this is interesting now. There's been no indication. They are looking bottom of the pile, and the Huskies have it again at the bottom of the pile. Calderino. What a great player number 6 is. The camera seems to love the pack over there. Huh, gee, I wonder why. They're loving this one. And I said turnovers will win this game, but I had no idea there'd be 3 and 4 in this half to do it. Shotgun again, Sanders again. To the 40. Every chance that Chippewa Valley has had in this half, and even the game, because the game has been dictated by the half. 3-3 after one half, I mean, give me a break. Every chance they've got to maybe get some points on the scoreboard or get momentum back, a big play happens and the Huskies get it back. We're talking probably, and I have no statistician with me, but probably 2 interceptions at least, 2 fumble recoveries at least, and a big reason for the score you saw a moment ago, 24-10. Huskies. Sanders. Very important right now that he just holds on to that football, because now you really can keep running the ball and running that clock down. Chippewa Valley, by the way, all 3 timeouts. There's the Husky. The Husky and the Husky man. The Husky man tried to get a dance. There's some great Zeppelin-like guitar with his tail. Having that Husky down there, that actual dog, doesn't that kind of take away from the Husky man a bit? Considering, like, which one is the mascot? I don't know. That's why I'm the big D in the big booth, I guess. Not my call on that. Johns Moore. When I want more, I go to Johns Moore, and I guess so. Pat Connell pumping his fist in the air over there on the other sidelines. He is loving that effort. Late flag on the play, by the way, but... And you know another reason why he likes that effort? That's against the Huskies, by the way. It's coming back, but the push that he gets there on the line, that offensive line just pushed forward. And I've said it enough in this game. They are undersized. Look at them. They're just pushing them forward, all of them. Push, push, push. And believe me when I tell you, they are not a bigger line. This is a smaller Chippewa Valley team than we're used to. But Northern's the smaller overall team, so that's another reason why Coach Connell loved it. He is fired up over there. He really is. 5:48 left in the 4th. Shotgun. Johns Moore. QB keeper. Outside, that's holding, that's coming back. Yep. Well, once Johns Moore made the cut to the outside far right, you could see it. The tackle clearly had a hold of him. So coming back again. So 3rd and 5 becomes 3rd and long now. There's some happy people, and that man in the front there in the gray, was he ever dressed well? Snazzy, man, snazzy. There you see, 70. Yeah, he's got a hold of him. Although he didn't have a hold of him for long. Well, they say there's holding on every play. It's a matter of if they call it. Well, they called it there. From the 45, 3rd and 17. 5:20 to go in the 4th. Huskies still with a 24-10 lead. It's a 2-possession game. Johns Moore, the keeper, outside, gets a block from Sanders. Spin move. Tripped up, but he got 12 first. That's a good effort. That's going to be 4th down. And you got to punt this ball. No doubt about it. So again, it's going to be in the hands of the Husky D, up 2 possessions. Unbelievable to me, as we almost near 4 full games of play. And honestly, this defense has not given up 40 total points. They're at 39 right now. That is less than 10 a week. I'm sorry, but that is an unbelievable statistic. It really is. Well, it's a high snap. Placed down, though. That one's dropped. Corrigan jumps on it. and has the football for the Huskies. Well, that's just a mistake. Those are those ones where you feel bad for the kick returner and feel good for the guy who jumps on the ball, but yeah, I feel bad there. And it's so easy as a kick returner or even a receiver. It's so easy to look upfield first. And when you have 11 players coming at you, you have a tendency to do that every now and then. It happens. You know, that's all you can say. It's a high punt. And obviously the higher the punt, the easier it is for these players to get downfield and ready, but he did call the fair catch regardless. And when you call the fair catch, you've got to be sure, no doubt about it, that you catch the football. Has my cousin come back into the booth again? Doug, how you doing, man? I'm sure you're happy about this one. No headset for you, but I'm sure you're happy about this one. Longtime Northern fan, back again to see his team. 24-10, up by 2 possessions, and really overcoming Mac Red talent this evening. Chippewa Valley only 1-2 coming into this one, but certainly you got to admire beating a Mac Red team at any time. Johnsmore drops the snap here. And I think they jumped on it again. They did. So very fortunate. And it's just one of those games where every single break, every single thing that could happen, happened for the Huskies. And that's a rare thing to say because that Grosse Pointe South game, that was not the case at all. With the 10-7 final that night. I was wondering if they had any luck at all. Bad luck, apparently, but not tonight. It's been different. And I really do think the turning point of the whole evening was the touchback. First and goal it was for Chippewa Valley, and they ended up losing the football. Here now, 2nd and 12. Darian Hack outside. Not much, but they just want to keep this clock rolling. 3:20 away from a huge upset. And as an announcer for, 14 years now, I feel like an old man even saying that. But I've gone back to it a couple of times tonight. The Utica-Eisenhower upset 3 years ago, 4 years ago maybe, where they came in here on the night of the big storm and all the rest. The game had to be replayed Saturday, and they won. Big Reds upset them. That's the only thing I really have to compare to this one in terms of big games and big upsets, and we're seeing it all over again here. 3rd down and 8 from the 16. 2:47 left in this one. Debo, look out. Right into the hands of 88 as he goes down. Matt Smith. And very fortunate that he did, but funny again. There's another break, and they've had them all second half. 24-10. And 3-3 at halftime. And I said at halftime, turnovers are going to decide this football game. What a shock. Well, here's the replay of the Debo run, and it was stripped from him and then right into the hands of the tight end. Johnny on the spot. 2:35 ticks to go in the 4th. Again, Derek Wark, the Big D, CPHS. Channel 6, the Port Huron Area School District television station. And don't forget about All Request Fridays here at Channel 6. The big fella in the truck down there, E.J. Shea. He likes it when you call up and request more Big D. Tell him, yeah. Or any other show you want to see. All Request Day. They'll replay the broadcast of any show you'd like. Just give them a call at 984-6621, 984-6621. If you want to see more Big D or even less Big D, they love to hear from you. And certainly All Request Fridays to see the shows that you want to see at Channel 6, CPHS. 4th and 8. Good play call going for this. Continuing to run that clock down. Debo around blocking. Cutback. 10. Inside the 10. To the 3. How about that effort, honestly? This little number 30 And I mentioned this earlier. It's not like he is taking the ball and just running it, just flat out running the football straight up north-south. He's sidestepping. With every move he takes, he's got these little cut moves. Good block, Quinn Kotsko. But he's just dancing. See, there's a great sidestep there, and look at him just bounce off the tackle. Boom, boom, boom. Little battering ram, this Darian Hack, the senior, 5'8", 175, and he plays bigger than that. As I said, built like number 20, Kenny Sanders. A little bit more speed than Sanders, though. First and goal from the 3 in the eye. Huskies trying to wrap this one up. Johns Moore, Kenny Sanders. No, pushed back. Well, I said one of the keys to this game might be Kenny Sanders in 3rd and short. Because here's a kid that can flat out just bust it up and bounce off tackle like a little battering ram, or even a pinball, if you will. Similar to Hack, but as I said, bigger than Hack. But they haven't really needed it. It's been a game. It's been a second half dominated by the turnover, and all in the Husky favor. You can't say enough about how this team has responded to head coach Pat Connell. You can't. And after years of only winning a game or two, this is just flat out refreshing. I formation, Johns Moore again to the goal line, but not quite. But even if he doesn't get in, this doesn't kill you at all, because the clock continues to run. You're up 2 possessions. I do the same play call, or I give it to Sanders. You don't be choosy here at all as far as I'm concerned. I think they called a timeout. No, the Big Reds do. Chippewa Valley did. So with 1:33 to go in the 4th, still 24-10. How about those Port Huron Northern Huskies? Port Huron about to go 3-1. Pull, I would say, top 5, the biggest upsets I've seen since I've been here. And I hate to say it's all due to this brand new head coach named Pat Connell, but they call him an aggressive-minded guy. He runs hard practices. He works them to the bone, but they're players that love it because they know that's what it takes. And for years, they have not had success. This guy steps in, and they believe in him. And look what happens. Just look at the results. It's clear as mud. And with 1:33 left, 2-possession game on what? The 2. They're about to be rewarded for it. And it'll be interesting, too, if the Huskies punch this one in. At what point does maybe the Huskies over there, what point do they get the Gatorade bath ready for him? He wore it in the Stony Creek game, his inaugural game as a head coach. He's unclear about something now, coming out to the official to discuss this. There you see some of the Chippewa Valley crowd. Very well traveled. Nice to see. They've had a lot of fans here this evening. 3rd and goal now from the 2. 2-play position, obviously. Sanders. Right behind left guard. He didn't get in. No timeouts left for Chippewa Valley, so they'll run it right down and run one more play, regardless of if they get in or not. Well, it's safe to say now, barring a miracle, this upset's complete, and I can't believe it. Man, oh man. Macaulay Hill, you would think, would get player of the game again. Number 12, the wideout for Northern, but I'm going to go with Darian Hack, little Debo this time. Haven't given it to him yet. He had some big runs in this one, so why not? Offensive player of the game for Port Huron Northern, 30, Darian Hack. 4th and goal now from the 2. Sanders tries to work his way and didn't get it. Well, giving Chippewa Valley one last thing to cheer for and one last chance to fight back. 2-possession game, you got to go 98 to get this one in. I don't know. That's it. What an effort by the defensive unit of Port Huron Northern. the kids are a year older. Most of them are seniors on this unit, but what a difference a year makes. I mean, it's the same personnel, basically. And here they step in there with a new head coach, Pat Connell, and all of a sudden, wow, they hit hard, they're aggressive, they'll get to you, they'll punish you. And now they're playing a drop-back mode. On 1st and 10, Paul Miller, QB keeper to the 10. Got some good speed to the 12. And again, we heard the Chippewa Valley crowd alike yelling a bit earlier just about their disgust for the play calling for Chippewa Valley, and especially on that touchback play. They were not happy at all that they chose the little run. There's the Husky mascot. Looks like he's trying to flirt with the cheerleader over there. From the 13, 1st and 10, that one caught. 23 by the looks of things. 24 seconds left. Well, somewhere in Port Huron, whether it be to the north or just somewhere, they'll be happy and they'll be celebrating tonight. Low snap, gets it off the bounce. Miller to the outside, caught 25, cuts it hard upfield and gets to the 30. And not quite enough for the first down. Final 10 seconds left. Now you're seeing it. Now the crowd is standing up. And they've got a lot to be happy for. And they dump Coach Pat Connell over there again. How must that feel in the cold? Congratulations again, Coach Connell. The Port Huron Northern Huskies, after 4 games, are 3-1. I didn't believe it could happen, Port Huron. How about it? The final score tonight, your Port Huron Northern Huskies 24, Mac Red Chippewa Valley 10. Man, what an upset. Man, what a team. For the entire staff of CPHS Channel 6, I've been Derek Wark, the Big D, and finally, yes, congratulations, Huskies.